Did you know that offering your product or service before people have had enough exposures to your brand and your marketing and the value that you offer, offering it too soon is kind of like asking someone to marry you on the first date? Like it's a little bit weird, right? But the only way to work out of that, vicious cycle of getting stuck in that is to understand your customer's journey. Understand the touch points they need to experience with you to get ready to hear about an offer, and to understand what the breakdown of those steps look like so that you know exactly when is the right time to actually let them know that you have something that could be helpful for them. So if you've ever wanted to dissect the customer's journey and understand how to execute this flawlessly, you are in the perfect place, my friend. That's what we're tackling in today's episode. So let's do this.
Hi, I'm Sherell Slaise, and I'm going to talk to you about repeatable systems to generate leads. Why is this important? Well, don't we all want to simplify the work that we do? Don't we all want to streamline our work processes and make it just simpler and easier to be able to bring in more people into your sphere of influence so that you can add more value to more people, make more impact and make more money? I think that's what we all want. So I have been in business now for, over 15 years, having completed a corporate career at the age of 30, working in the healthcare industry. I was consulting healthcare organizations and hospital organizations. And I left that industry and decided to become an entrepreneur in real estate. I owned a real estate company for 9 years and counting. And then got into network marketing probably about 6 years into my real estate career. With network marketing, I shot up to the top of the company, became a top 1% earner, six-figure earner in the industry, and I hold that position today. So half of my career in network marketing was following the traditional sales process that we are taught, which really isn't a sales process. It was more about gathering, names of people that you interface with every day. It was a friends and family approach. And while that does work, and it did work during that period of time, I wanted to expand my business in a bigger way. I wanted to make more impact. I wanted to expand outside of the city that I was living in, outside of the 2 or 3 states that I was able to drive to and physically meet with people. I wanted to have exposure that was on a global scale. And there really was no way to do that following the friends and family approach unless I found the best approach, which became the most effective approach, which was online marketing, because that is the smartest way and the most effective way to begin finding the right people for business. And so I came across a magazine, Entrepreneur Magazine, in 2017. I read it all the time. And the article said, every business's existence is dependent upon sales to generate revenue and profits. Yes. And then it went on to say that if a business doesn't have a marketing plan in place to generate those sales, it's bound to fail. Oh, yes, again. And so when I was reading that, I thought, oh my gosh, I really don't have a marketing and sales process in place that my business can depend on. I have friends and family, which that list is finite. But yeah, okay, when I meet other people that are interested in joining my business, they have a friends and family list, which is also finite. And then when I started thinking about that, I thought, how can anyone create a sustainable, big business in today's time in network marketing if they don't have an online presence? Having an online presence is the most effective way to get exposure and build a brand and to get more leads taking a look at your offer. So after reading that article, I then ended up hiring a coach. His name is Vic Strizes. And Vic said repeatedly all the time, if you master traffic and you master conversions, your business will never go hungry. And I thought, yeah, that's where business is. You see, I mastered that in my real estate industry, in my real estate business. We knew how to generate traffic on repeat, new eyes. When I say traffic, I'm talking about people seeing you, your brand, and what it is that you have to offer. So we mastered traffic in real estate, having a sales and marketing strategy, and we mastered the conversion of that traffic, having a sales and marketing strategy. So why wasn't I creating and perfecting a sales and marketing strategy for my network marketing business? I have no idea, but I woke up to that at around 2000. What year was that? It's about 6 years ago. So I don't know what year that is. You'll have to do the math. But I said, okay, if I can figure out a repeatable system, a repeatable marketing system for my network marketing business online that would generate leads on repeat to me, then my business will never go hungry. And so I did that. And I'm going to share that with you all today. So I'm going to share my my screen so that you can see conceptually what I am going to talk through. Now, it's very difficult to build a sales and marketing strategy if you have no idea what experience your customer or your potential customer goes through when it comes to them making decisions to buy or to partner with you. So let's get this screen shared. All right, so here's your customer's journey. Now this is generic. This is a generic process that any customer goes through when they're thinking about making a decision to buy or partner, okay? So, and this is just a short process, by the way. It continues. So I also have another continuum that after a customer makes a decision to partner or buy from you, that then there's maintenance, there's retention, right? It goes on, there's more arrows. But we're just gonna talk about right now how to get a suspect into your pipeline or into your funnel, your sales funnel, to help them make it. And then how do you help them make a decision? Okay. So a customer goes from being unconcerned to becoming aware, to defining, to considering, and then to making a decision. So if we were to take a potential customer of yours, say for instance, you are, I'll use one of my potential customers. We're going to say a customer, one of the characteristics of my ideal customer is they are a working mom with young children. Okay. They're currently in the working place, 9 to 5 with young kids. So basically that's who I was when I found network marketing. So they're my ideal. They have a characteristic of my ideal customer. So this person though, probably is really unconcerned. They're hanging out on Facebook, which by the way, is where I do most of my lead generating. So this person is hanging out on Facebook. They're really unconcerned about what their issues are. They're not paying attention to what their problems are, what their challenges are. So I call that person a suspect, right? Let's say my potential suspect is hanging out in a Facebook group and they're in a mom's group and they're in there just talking about their 9 to 5 and how they don't feel like they have enough money and they wish they had more freedom, you know, with their children, with their spouse, in their personal life, with their friends, right? So although they are talking about their issues or problems, they're not really concerned about it. They're just saying that's just what it is, right? So at this point, this potential suspect doesn't even know that I exist. Now, if you've hung out with me before, you know that I talk a lot about branding, personal branding, that you have to be very clear on your vision and where you're going and what your message is and what your offer is. And you as being your brand in personal branding, you have an opportunity to interface with this unconcerned suspect inside of this group, because if we've worked together before, you've done such good work on your personal brand, you're able to go and create activations within this community where you're putting valuable posts in front of all of these unconcerned suspects around the fact that you have found a solution to work at home so that you have more time for your kids. You have found a solution to create residual income so that you can leave your 9 to 5 and have more flexibility and free time for your family and for your personal life. And you've got complete autonomy. You're independent, right? You've got some control over your money. So you're making these posts about your experience and you're answering people's questions. And what ends up happening is that unconcerned person is interfacing with your brand for the first time. They're finding out that you exist. Now, all of a sudden, they're aware. Not only are they aware that they have a problem, they're actually seeing themselves in your valuable posts. You're talking in your posts, and you're being so transparent in your posts that the suspect is saying, oh my gosh, this person understands exactly what I'm going through. I want some of what she has, right? So they're able to become aware of their issues and problems because they're reading your social posts. Maybe it's a podcast you post. Maybe it's a blog that they're reading. You're going to even make some call to actions in your posts where this suspect is saying, oh, not only can I can see myself in the stories that are being told from her post. I want to take action and I want to have a conversation with this person, or I want to download this person's resource. She seems like she has the answer to this new problem I'm realizing that I have and that I'm thinking I might want to do something about it, right? So now, through your social posts, your podcast, you're giving a call to action, which is leading that person into a community that you own, or maybe it's an email that you are nurturing, or maybe it's a blog platform that you're hosting, and you start to cultivate this individual. Now, by the way, this individual who was a suspect has now become aware that they have an issue, who's now interested in your brand and the valuable posts that you're putting up, who is now opting into your community, right? Into your ecosystem, into your world. So now you are able to generate and cultivate a relationship with this person, an experience with this person. So they're no longer a suspect. They are now a bona fide prospect, right? And they're in the process of defining how deep do they want to go on the topics that you're talking about. What are the benefits of the solutions that this expert is talking about now, right? So they're like going through this defining stage, trying to learn more about, how sharp is this needle they're sitting on that hurts so bad? Do they want to do something about it, right? So from time to time, your brand is going to start making offers. Your brand is going to make offers in your Facebook community. Your brand is going to make offers in your blog posts. Your brand is going to make offers in emails, right? And when that happens, this suspect begins to seriously consider evaluating the offer that you're making, because they're saying, you know what, I've been hanging out with your brand for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 days, however long. Am I going to do something about this? So they start considering the opportunity to work with you. And so that's why it's so important when you're at this stage, when you have a customer, a potential suspect who's become a prospect, who's now considering becoming a potential customer. When you have, someone going through this continuum, it's so important for you to make offers regularly, because you don't know, if you are generating traffic on a regular basis, you don't know what stage all of your customers are at. They're all at different stages, because it takes, time and various time for customers to move through their customer journey, right? So people can pop at your suspects and prospects and leads and customers and potential business partners will pop at different points of time. So you always want to be making some sort of call to action. You always want to be making some sort of sales offer so that you can help your people pop, right? So then the customer makes a decision. There's some final decision that they're going to make, which maybe they make that decision through you giving a product demonstration. Maybe you're giving them, a mini offer for them to experience, maybe you give them some a free consultation call because you're in the service industry. So, that would be like a mini offer where they can actually experience what it's like working with you. Okay. But bottom line is, this is the point of entry to your sales system. Always see suspects as, and that's basically anybody, as potentials. And you don't know where or when they're going to hop into your journey, your funnel. We can call this a funnel. I'm calling it a repeatable system right now. You don't know at what point they're going to point into your system, but over here on the left is really the entry place, right? All right, so let's continue to talk about this. So when it comes to developing this out, you need to think about, where are you taking people? So now that you're clear on what the customer's path is, how can your brand interface with this process? Let me switch back. This customer journey process, how can your brand interface at each of these stages, right? So that's what you want to think about. So what I want you to go through, and I teach this with my students. So I want you to know that there's going to be work after this. I want you to develop this for yourself, and you can write this out on paper. So here's like a staircase, right? So you're going to be taking a person from point A to point Z, right? Point A, again, they're unconcerned, right? Actually, point unconcerned is over here. Here, they actually have some awareness, right? So this is really awareness. Point A is awareness. They understand there's some problem, some pain that they're experiencing, and they want to do something about it. So you need to define what that is. So in my example, I spoke of the mom who has young children, who's working 9 to 5, wants to spend more time with her children, or wants to have more free time. She wants to be at home, right? So that's the problem. That's the pain. She's not getting enough of that right now. The 9 to 5 is in the way. She's stressed out at work. That's the pain. The ultimate result is to have independence and freedom. That is her ultimate result, okay? So you want to ask this question for yourself. Where are your people today, and where is it that they want to go? What is their ultimate desire? All right. And then once you figure that out, you can also begin to write out, in order for them to get from point A to point Z, what would need to happen to get them there? What would need to happen to get the woman I'm defining? We're going to just go ahead and call her Jessica, because that is my ideal customer. Her name's Jessica. Jessica I need to think about, what's going to get Jessica from point A to point Z? What are the many steps that she needs to take in order to get there? Okay. So once you figure that out, you're thinking through your customer's journey. Actually, I just talked about this. So this is the slide that I was just speaking about, right? What is it that this Jessica needs to go through in order to get to financial independence and time freedom? Okay. So then here's an example. Let me give you an example. If I were leading Jessica to a network marketing business as my ultimate offer, because I'm saying network marketing is the thing that's going to help you get to your desired result, then I need to think about, what can I provide Jessica with along this pathway, such that at the end of her customer journey, I can then say to her at the decision point, you should consider network marketing, partner with me. Right? So point A, remember, this is her, she's coming from awareness, and now she is actually unresponsive, like unconcerned. Now she's in the awareness phase. Well, she's aware, and I am going to give her, an invitation to my Facebook community. Maybe I'm going to give her a free resource, which is called a freebie. Maybe I'll give her, a book or an audio tape to listen to. Oh my gosh, I dated myself by saying audio tape. Maybe I'll give her a digital. Something digital to listen to that will help her think about this needle, this painful needle she's sitting on, this problem that she has that she gets to solve for. And then I'm going to think about, okay, if I want to move her from being unresponsive to being aware to defining, perhaps the next stage, once I offer this to her and she's absorbed it, I'll reach back out to her, see if she liked what I shared with her. And then maybe I'll invite her to my Facebook community, where she can learn more about what it is that I teach. so she can get more value from me. Or maybe I'm going to get on a discovery call with her. That's just 15 minutes and we'll have a chat to discuss what she learned here and learn where does she want to go next. Or maybe perhaps I will invite her to a webinar or a presentation, right? So these are just some examples of, different, breadcrumbs that I'm laying for her so that Jessica can experience my brand, she can experience my value, and at the same time, I'm taking her through her customer journey of helping her to get to a decision. I mean, the idea here, you guys, is making certain that your suspect who's turned prospect is getting enough experiences with you and how great your brand is that they can't help but see and talk to you again because they keep learning from you. So you want them to keep having all of these like yes decisions with you. Hey, if I gave you this book, would you be interested in it? Yes. Hey, if I invite you to this Facebook community where I teach how to transition from corporate into working from home, would you be interested in that? Yes. Add me to your Facebook community. Hey, would you like to, get on a 15-minute phone call with me to talk about how I transitioned out of corporate and started my own business from home? Yes, right? Jessica's like, yes, tell me more, right? So I'm moving her up the staircase and I'm getting her closer to asking her to either experience my product or to experience working with me on my team, right? I'm not making my big offer yet. I'm giving her all of these mini opportunities to interface with my brand. All right. The biggest mistake that network marketers do is that they meet Jessica being unresponsive and we immediately show her our business opportunity. And we're like, you need this. Or we're immediately saying, try my product. And she's like, I have no idea who you are. Like, you've never given me value. We've never interfaced before. I'm not even aware that I have a problem. I'm not even aware. And if I am aware of the problem, I'm not even sure if I want to even do anything about it. Right. So that's part of the problem. So you need this continuum. So if you have a coaching business, right, it's the same thing. You want to know, okay, so what is the issue? So let's use Jessica as an example again. Jessica is saying, I want to work from home and I don't know how to make the transition. I need, I just need to be home. I need more freedom. I need more independence. So perhaps I know that if I coach her on personal leadership and I coach her to help her define her unique message and I coach her to become resourceful and think about ways outside of the typical 9-to-5 way to make money, that I might be able to help her get into business for herself. So, well, I'm going to do the same thing. It's the same process. I'm going to share something free with her that she can, receive value from. And then I'm going to maybe invite her to my Facebook group where I'm going to give her more knowledge, which increases my credibility, my authority. Maybe I'll invite her to my email list, which will allow me to nurture her, give her more knowledge, increase my credibility, my authority, right? It's the same thing. I'm going to take her through a process where she gets to experience more value from me, more experience, from my brand, getting her to say yes, 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 all along the way to me making my big offer to her, which might be my coaching program, right? So I can help her get what it is that she wants. So now it's your turn. I hope this is sticking with you. I want you to think about the point A that your ideal customer is. So, right, they're unresponsive right now, don't even know that you exist, but you want to get them to this first stare, right? And you want them saying, okay, yeah, I got an issue. This is my issue. So what is that issue? And it may be like 10 different things. I just gave you guys one characteristic that Jessica is experiencing. Jessica has like 5 to 8 different things that she's trying to overcome. And so you want to write those things down. And then you want to answer the question, where does your Jessica ultimately want to end up? And then start thinking about the B through Y, what you will lead them through in order to get them from their point A to their point Z. Okay, that's your exercise. All right, so by now, you should have a map of your customer's journey so you can identify the customer's touch points with your brand. Okay, you should have that. So that's your assignment. And by now you should have also developed your repeatable system to generate leads into your funnel and how to move them through your funnel. I hope this was helpful. And guys, I talk a lot about these repeatable lead generation processes, but it does you no good if you don't know what your brand is, if you haven't done the work to find out what is it about you that makes you unique and sets you apart from everybody else that's offering what you're offering. If you haven't done that work, then I want to invite you a step further to take a look at my Discover Your Personal Brand worksheet, which will be available to you after you listen to this video and after you do your homework. I also want you to get access to the Discover Your Personal Brand worksheet because after sitting down and going through the worksheet, you will be much more clear on what makes you unique, what makes you stand out, and what you can do to package all of that into a 30-second elevator pitch or 1 or 2 sentence brand statement, so that when you do go to talk to the unresponsive suspects that are out there online, you can say, well, I am an expert at this and I can help you with this, right? It'll help you be much more clear.
You've been listening to the Impactful Entrepreneurs Show with Adrienne Hill, where we support coaches, course creators, and network and affiliate marketers to translate their big picture vision into actionable plans to build out their business efficiently. If you love our show, we invite you to visit buildalifebydesign.com to join the conversation, access the show notes, and discover more helpful resources. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, and share. Thank you for listening.